Hello, my name is Jared Fortney. I'm a Group Networks consultant. Today we're going to be discussing an introduction to project management. So the outline for our discussion is here is we're going to discuss project management terminologies. We're going to have a general discussion of project management concepts, the project manager skills that are required, project management software, and the 7 reasons that experts have determined that projects fail. So the first question is, what is a project? Well, the definition that the PMI, the PMBOK, provides is a project is a temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product, service, or result. So what they're trying to stress here is that if you do something every single day, like you own a cookie factory and you make cookies every day, all day, then making cookies is not a project, because that is part of your operations or your business. That's something you do all the time. Now, if installing brand new equipment to make cookies in a more efficient manner, that would be a project. So what they're trying to differentiate between here is the operations, which is done to sustain the business. You can see usually operation starts after the finishing a project. So they're trying to differentiate between an actual project and what your business does on a daily basis. So a project ends when its objectives have been reached or the project has been terminated. Very often projects fail, or by the time you're halfway through it, the project team or the executive branch of your company have determined that it no longer needs to be done, and that is a reality. Projects can be large or small, and it can take a short or long time to complete. It could be multiple years, it could be multiple months, it could be 2 days. It could have 10 activities or 10,000. But as long as it has an end and it's not an operations involved kind of activity, then you definitely have a project. Like we just discussed, it has a unique purpose. It is temporary. A project is developed using progressive elaboration. Requires resources, often from various areas. So you can have people from HR, you can have people from facilities, you can have people from outside contractors, you can have all kinds of different resources involved in your project. You should have a primary customer or sponsor. So the project sponsor is normally the person that provides the direction and funding for the project. And a project will involve uncertainty. Once again, kind of a delineation between your daily operations, which making cookies all day normally doesn't have any uncertainty. You've probably figured the process out, and you do that, without a hitch. Whereas projects require multiple resources and plans and all that kind of things, because there's a lot of uncertainty involved. So we're going to talk about project and program managers. So project managers work with project sponsors, project teams, and other people involved in a project to meet project goals. Now, the difference between a project and a program is that a program is a grouping of projects within some organization that normally have something in common. And you logically group all these projects into one program so that they can be managed at a higher level. So the definition here by PMBOK is a group of related projects managed in a coordinated way to obtain benefits and control not available from managing them individually. So the benefit here is that you get a special amount of control or some particular benefit by treating them as a group and managing the projects in that way. So program managers are exactly like project managers, but they're at a higher level. They normally oversee projects and very often act as a boss or a project manager for multiple projects. Here you'll see a list of project stakeholders. A stakeholder is anyone at all who could be affected by the project. So a stakeholder could be, if you're doing a construction project, stakeholder could be the guy who owns the corner store down the street. Maybe your construction project and all the men that you employ go there every single day, and that's going to affect him. Or foot traffic, all kinds of things. So anyone that could potentially be affected by your project is a stakeholder. You got the general ones here: project sponsor, project manager, project team, support staff, customers, users, suppliers, and even opponents to the project. So people in the neighborhood who don't, once again with the construction example, people in the neighborhood who don't want the construction. You have to manage those stakeholders. They could have a huge effect on the project success ultimately. Here's a concept called Project Management Office, and they refer to a PMO as an organizational group responsible for coordinating the project management function throughout an organization. So this is kind of like your project management team. It's like the brain trust for your company with regard to project management. So not a specific team that is assigned to one specific project, but the people at your company who focus on project management for the company. So their possible goals are to collect, organize, and integrate project data for the entire organization. They develop and maintain templates for project documents. They coordinate training in various project management topics, develop and provide a formal career path for project managers, provide project management consulting services, and they could provide a structure to house project managers while they are acting in those roles or between projects. So here we're going to talk about what is project management. Well, the textbook definition is the application of knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques to project activities to meet project requirements. This is what the PMBOK will tell you. Clearly a very succinct definition, but clearly also a little vague. This is all PMBOK stuff. You'll see the triple constraint. Every project is constrained by the three constraints: scope, time, and cost. If one of them changes, then the other two must adjust. So if your scope gets larger, you'll clearly need more time and you'll need more money. If you need more money, you probably need more time, and the scope clearly will have changed. So you got these three constraints that all have a direct effect upon each other. And it says the project manager's duty to balance these three often competing goals. Successful project management means meeting all three of them: scope, time, and cost, and satisfying the project sponsor. But really, like they're saying here, often competing, it means that there's a limited amount of resources. If you want to crash the schedule with resources, it's gonna to try and stay on schedule, then your costs are going to go up. And so it's just saying that it has these three constraints directly affect each other. Here's an image of the project life cycle. Begins with project initiation, project planning, project execution, and project closure. And then within that, each of these life cycle sections will basically, you'll be doing project review, project definition, detailed planning, and monitoring and controlling the entire time for each of these stages in the life cycle. Project definition phase. So in the first phase of a project, you're going to initiate the project, identify the project manager, which in my opinion, I think you should identify the project manager before you initiate the project. Many times a company will initiate the project and then go find someone to manage it. Sometimes it could be a big advantage to the project if the project manager is chosen first and is there at inception, not just kind of picked and go who's available right now and then assign that project to them. And you develop the project charter, conduct a feasibility study, define the planning phase, and then everyone involved signs off on the project charter. And the project charter is just, basically a document that everyone agrees upon, which involves, what the project, what the criteria for success and what the scope is, and who will be involved. So here we have the project planning phase. So the project manager will start to determine, who he's going to need to complete the project successfully. So he's going to organize the staff, going to develop a project plan, and then the whole team will sign off on the project plan. And the project plan is just a much more detailed version of the project charter. The project charter just is a high level saying that the executives and everybody agrees that this is a project and we want to move forward with it. Now the project plan is detailed, like how are we going to do it? Not are we going to do it, but how are we going to go about it? So then you get to the third phase, the project execution phase, where work actually begins, and you can see that the execution of the project plan occurs here. Management of the project plan, as things change a lot. You may need to modify the project plan sometimes. You're going to implement the project's results and sign off on the project's completion. So these are all stages of executing the plan that was created in the planning phase. Now, monitoring and controlling is basically like scheduling, reporting, determining, earned value analysis, things like that, trying to determine, what the health of the project is, and, whether you're going to be successful under, at cost, on time, all those things. So monitoring actual achievement against the planned performance. This is, baselining, things of that nature. You have assessing whether the project will deliver the required benefits within the defined constraints. And then based on all this analysis, you can act. You can say you're going to be under schedule, or you're going to be late. The project's planning to be late. The schedule's telling you they're going to be 2 months late. So acting to maintain the business integrity is, taking action to try and fix the problems that are basically affecting your project. And acting to maintain the technical integrity of the project, ensuring that it will deliver the goods. This might have to do with, plans and drawings, and, if you're in a construction project, as-builts, things of that nature. If you're in an IT project, it may have to do with, a number of diagrams, or making sure that the code that you're writing is, correct. That it's been debugged or been reviewed and troubleshot. So basically making sure, it's like quality assurance, being sure that the product you're going to deliver is of good quality. In the project closeout phase, you're going to document your lessons learned during the project so that future project teams, let's say you build a building, then the next team who's going to build a building may come back and read all of your lessons learned and be able to avoid those pitfalls and save that project some money and some grief. And you're going to have the after implementation review, which is basically everyone sits down, discusses what they thought went right, what went wrong, and then you're going to have providing performance feedback. Everyone that was involved with the project will get a review and to determine what their performance level was at and if it was acceptable or not. You're going to close out the contracts with all the vendors, with all the owners, with the This is really just doing your due diligence at the end of the project and making sure that everything's buttoned up at the end. You're going to complete administrative closeout and deliver the project completion report. So here's the 9 project management knowledge areas. Knowledge areas describe the key competencies that project managers must develop. So there's 4 core knowledge areas that lead to specific project objectives. We discuss this 3 of the trinity here: scope, time, cost, and then quality. You can meet the scope, you can do it on time, you can do it within the budget, but if the quality of the product is no good, then what's the point? So then 4 facilitating knowledge areas are the means through which the project objectives are achieved. Human resources, communication, risk, and procurement management. 1 knowledge area, project integration management, affects and is affected by all of the other knowledge areas. And the last bullet point here just basically says that all knowledge areas are of great importance. So project management tools and techniques assist project managers and their teams in various aspects of project management. Specific tools and techniques include project charters, scope statements, and WBS. For those of you who don't know what a WBS is, it's a work breakdown structure, as you can see in the diagram here. It's basically a way of organizing your scope into a hierarchical structure so it's more easily managed. And you're looking here at a diagram, a network diagram that's going to help you determine what the longest path, which is also the fastest time in which you can complete your project, is. This is basically what the scheduling software is doing behind the scenes for you. A Gantt chart, once again, is what you see in your scheduling software. The critical path analysis, critical chain scheduling, you can see it there. This is all the stuff that you will learn in your PMP. And when you basically break all these activities down, you'll also need to do cost estimates and do earned value management. So here are some suggested skills for project managers. Clearly, a project manager will need a wide variety of skills, but they should be comfortable with change, because I've never been involved with a project that went the way that it was planned. Change is really the only constant in project management, so I think that's what they're speaking to here. Project managers should be able to understand the organizations they work in and with, so that means understanding the limitations of your company, understanding how much support you're going to actually receive from them, things of that nature. Just understanding the organization and its inner workings. And then you should be able to lead a team to accomplish the project goals, which means motivating people, being able to deal with personalities, being able to deal with schedules, and all those HR kind of issues. So project managers need both hard and soft skills, kind of what I was just talking about. Hard skills include product knowledge and knowing how to use various project management tools and techniques, which is all the technical stuff, scheduling and how to write a project scope and all the things you learn. And then, like the soft skills being how to work with people and how to motivate and how to distribute your workload effectively, how to trust the people that work for you and know that they're going to do what you've asked you, so that you don't end up micromanaging, things of that nature. Here's some more suggested skills for project managers. You got communication skills, organizational skills, team building skills, leadership skills, coping skills, technology skills. All these things are very important. when running a project. And then there's lots of project management software. The remainder of these tutorials is going to speak directly to P6, which is an Oracle Primavera product, which is an enterprise level project management software. The definition here of project management software is any software solution that allows an individual or a team of people to track a project from its conception to its launch. So basically from the beginning to the end. This software will typically provide project managers and other team members with a single access point to a wealth of pertinent information, including the scheduling of resources, budget management, time management, task assignments, quality control, bug issue reports, documentation, and collaborative tools. So project management tools are, a good one will give you a home base where you can go back and check on the status of pretty much anything that that pertains to the project. And the goal of project management software is to increase efficiency by making the project development cycle more transparent for all involved team members. Each member of a team is typically provided with their own personal view, allowing them to track the specific tasks they are working on, and team members may be given access to other members' assigned task lists so they can have a better understanding of how far into the development process the project has progressed. By creating a more transparent flow of information between project managers and team members, project management software aims to keep people on task and up to date on a project's progress. So what this is saying is basically, if you were an administrator of a project management software like P6, you wouldn't show every single user, every screen in the software. It would not only would confuse them. If you had someone doing data entry, they don't need to look at the certain areas. It also has to do with security, but and then you have people like project managers who need to be able to see other people's screens and or views of the software and be able to determine how much progress they've made, so that you can gauge the where the project is. But this transparent flow of information between project managers and team members is important, because clearly you're trying to determine how much work you've gotten done, and if you're not able to see that quickly and easily, then you spend a lot of time just not worrying about the project, but worrying about the project team and minor little things. So we got project management software. Enterprise PM software integrates information from multiple projects to show the status of active, approved, and future projects across an entire organization. So P6 does this. There's also some Oracle Primavera software that deals with program management. I believe it's called project or program portfolio management. So it's a whole different piece of software within Oracle Primavera Project Management Suite. It says it also provides links to more detailed information on each project. And many managers like to see status in color, red, yellow, and green. Primavera P6 is one of the most favorable options to all professional project managers. I personally would agree with this. It is my software of choice. Started to use Microsoft Project recently, and it has a lot of the user interface kind of things that are, if you're used to using Excel, it's very nice. You can copy and paste down, but I really like the integrity that Primavera P6 implements into scheduling, and they both have their advantages, but I would definitely lean towards the Oracle Primavera product. These are the 7 major reasons for projects to fail. Just poor project and program management discipline, the lack of executive level support, which in my experience is very often the the most likely. A lot of the company executives like to start projects to affect change and end up not understanding what the implications of the project are, or they change their mind halfway through. So this is very important. No linkage to the business strategy, meaning you're doing a project that is not in line with the direction that the actual company's going. You can choose the wrong team members. There can be no measures for evaluating the success of the project. This is also very important. I think I mentioned it earlier. If you don't set in stone what the criteria for success are, no one will ever be able to determine if it's successful at the end. And very often these criteria aren't written in the project charter, and everyone kind of has their own personal idea of what success is with regard to the project. And then if the project's 2 to 3 years old, they change, and at the end there's no way to manage everyone's expectations. The only way for a project manager to really determine whether the project's successful or not is to be able to pull the document out and go, this was the goal from the beginning, and each of these criteria were met. Number 6 is no risk management. Basically no one looking out to see, looking forward, looking for events, or looking for situations or issues that could affect the project, and the inability to manage change. Once again, the only constant in a project is change. Very rarely will you ever have a project that doesn't deviate from the original plan. So once again, my name is Jared Fortney. I'm a Greek Networks consultant, and I will see you in the next lesson. Thanks.